Welcome back to the DAWGNATION podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Smith, aka Top Dog. Welcome to our fourth edition of the DAWGNATION podcast. As always, I'd like to thank the San Diego football community for their continued support. I heard nothing but positive things from most people. I shouldn't say everything. So tonight we're going to talk about three things, and we're going to bring you a pair of Knights. We'll get to that later. Tonight we talk about the Southwestern passing tournament. Teams that did well, teams that didn't do so well. The Battle of the Beach in Huntington Beach, where two San Diego teams, both Cathedral and Mission Hills, went up there to play in the Battle of the Beach. And we talk about something new that I just introduced tonight on Twitter, and that's the DAWG Pro Bowl that starts on October 1st and runs the entire month of October. So without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, congratulations to head coach David Dunn, offensive coordinator Jason Carter, and defensive coordinator Scott Catlin on winning yet another 7-on-7 tournament. And it's worth noting this is the fourth time that they've actually faced Torrey Pines High School in the finals. These makes for some very good competitive physical games. Love seeing these two teams play because they have such contracting, offenses. But with that said, for the most part, it looked like Torrey Pines was going to win this game. They started to really push and push and push. They were driving the ball. Quarterback play was really well. Defense was holding them back. Lincoln jumped off to a 16-0 start, and then Torrey came rushing back. It got down to Gladnick's team was tough. I mean, they were fighting hard. They were playing physical. They were playing defense. But the athletes at Lincoln took over the game. Keyshawn Smith took a 40-yard pass from Chris Davila down the sidelines for a touchdown, and you could feel the momentum starting to shift. And that's pretty much when the game was starting to run out. From there, Jason Hine, quarterback for Torrey Pines, made an ill-advised pass on his third read that I'm sure he wished he could have back. It was intercepted by Prince Emmanuel Okiri of Lincoln. And with that, Lincoln won its fourth tournament this offseason. Meanwhile, up north to 5 a little bit, up in Huntington Beach, Mission Hills and Cathedral made the trip. And Cathedral played some pretty tough games, and they won some tough ones. They beat Cathedral Los Angeles, and they beat Narbonne, before eventually losing to Corona Centennial in overtime on a one-play drive. A tiebreaker play, that is. Mission Hills, not so well. They went 0-3 in the tournament, and with the tough loss to games against Sarah Gardena and Mater Dei, who eventually won the tournament. Last but not least, DAWG Pro Bowl. Sorry, getting tweets again. The DAWG Pro Bowl. Let's talk about that. I announced tonight on October 1st, we'd release the candidates for the DAWG Pro Bowl. What is this? It's just like the NFL Pro Bowl, except it's for high school kids. That means that we will give you candidates that you can vote on, and the fans get to actually pick the roster. So as time goes on and we get closer and closer in the season, closer to October 1st, there'll be more and more details that come out about what this is, why we're doing it, and so on and so forth. But the basic premise is this. The fans get to choose the DAWG Pro Bowl roster. It's the first time I've ever opened things up to the general public and let you guys, the fans, choose who you think should be Pro Bowl players. So like I said, we're going to start opening it up on October 1st, and it'll run the entire month of October, and you guys get to pick the rosters. So with that said, that covers our topics for tonight's podcast. And now let's hop right on over to introduce you to two San Marcos Knights. They're looking for open division rings. As promised, tonight we bring you a pair of Knights, San Marcos Knights, that is. Joining us tonight on tonight's DAWGNATION podcast, we have wide receiver from San Marcos, Jalen Bainer, and Corona Centennial transfer and running back JT Dozier. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me tonight. Appreciate having you guys on. So, Jalen, we're going to start off with questions for you. We all know about Kyle Phillips, who committed to play at UCLA this fall. What was it like playing under Kyle Phillips, and what lessons did you learn as a wide receiver from playing with him day in and day out?
Kyle was a great mentor. He was a great player. He taught me from just being a good teammate to running my routes, which ultimately bettered me as a teammate and player.
Okay. Good stuff, man. Love that kid. I call him the Sauce. If anybody remembers that, I'm the one who nicknamed the name Sauce. So, Jalen, we also heard you're a terrific baseball player, as well as a football player, and you even ran track last season. What's your favorite sport and why?
gotta be football. There's nothing like it. I mean, the atmosphere is so much different from being from any other sport I've ever played. I mean, playing under lights is just amazing.
Okay. So going into your junior year at San Marcos, you've got some varsity experience under your belt. Do you feel like you've accomplished all of your goals you set for your high school career?
No. We came up short from being CIF champs last year, and we came up short from winning the Discovery Bowl. So until we have those two in the case and a ring on our finger, I haven't accomplished anything.
Okay. Is there one game on your schedule that's kind of circled that you're really looking forward to playing this year?
Gotta be Grizzlies versus Knights, San Marcos.
Okay. The battle for the San Marcos area, huh? All right. So, in your opinion, and this is just your opinion, I know there's a lot of great players up there, but in your opinion, who's the best player in the Avocado League?
My opinion is gotta be Miles Hastings, my QB.
Now, did he pay you to say that, or did he say if you don't say that, then I'm not gonna throw you the ball no more? No. All right. So, in your personal opinion, what's going to be a measure, if you will, of success for the Knights, like in 2018?
Like I said, by the end of the season, having that ring, open division, CIF champs, and bringing home the Discovery Bowl trophy.
Okay. Well, JT, welcome to San Diego. I should say welcome back because you play youth ball here, right? Okay. There you go, Skyline. There you go. I was a BP guy myself, so I don't know if I can give no Skyline players no love, but it's cool. I got you. So, just talk about what influenced you to leave Corona Centennial to come back to San Marcos.
It was a tough decision, but in the end, my dad decided to put me out for a family reason.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair. Family's always a good reason. So, what goals have you set for yourself in 2018?
For myself, I want to put up numbers on offense and defense side of the ball. Offense, I want to have like 2,000 all-purpose yards. Defense, 8 picks, and a lot of tackles.
Okay.
And that's the team I'm going to win a ring for sure.
All right. So it sounds like you both are pretty excited about trying to go play for an Open Division Championship, huh?
Yep, yes, sir.
So, JT, do you feel like San Marcos is home for you yet?
Not quite yet. I'm working on it, though.
Okay. Well, people should know you've been here, last semester you transferred in, right?
Yeah, last semester.
Okay. So you've got one semester under your belt. You're coming into your, junior year?
Junior year.
Okay. All right. So you're class of 2021? No, 2020. That's right. So what's the difference between playing at a program like Corona Centennial and playing at a program like San Marcos?
It's just more serious. Like at Centennial, it's more intense. Everything is like practice more. But here it's more laid back, but it's hard.
Okay. So, obviously it was difficult for you to leave Corona. Talk about some of the hard choices or things that were difficult for you when you knew that you were going to be leaving Corona to come to San Marcos. What was the most difficult part about that transition?
Leaving my teammates, probably. I was playing them around. It was like brothers over there.
All right. So, do you believe by season end that you will be one of the top 5 rushing leaders in San Diego County?
If I get the carries, no doubt, most definitely.
All right. So what can we expect, or what are your individual goals like for the 2018 season? What can we expect out of you as a player?
Come down, most protected player in San Diego, and win the Prep Pigskin Award at the end of the year.
Oh, you trying to get a Prep Pigskin Award, huh?
Sir.
All right. I mean, we know that Jack Tuttle won it last year for Mission Hills, and JT said it right here first. He wants to win the Prep Pigskin Award. Well, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on those stats and see how your season progresses. Before we let you go tonight, we always give you guys an opportunity to shout out players, coaches, friends, family members, anybody you want to. So, Jalen, you're up first. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to my parents. Shout out to Coach Sexler, Coach Mack, and Xavier Reeds.
Okay. All right, JT, you're on the clock. Who do you want to give shouts out to?
Shout out to my family. Shout out to Jalen's family. Shout out Coach Texas. Shout out Coach Mack. Shout out Miles Hastings and shout out Miles Ron.
All right, sounds good. So, one more question for you, JT. If you get 2,000 yards this season, the tradition in the NFL is that, running backs end up getting their offensive line with something nice. Now, we're not suggesting anything like a Rolex or a Mercedes or anything like that. But if you get 2,000 all-purpose yards, or let's say better yet, 2,000 rushing yards, what are you prepared to offer your offensive line?
Food, I know they like to eat.
That's right. Big guys like to eat. The bigs always like to eat. So what about dinner at Sizzler or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, gentlemen, thank you for coming on tonight. We appreciate you, and we wish you the best of luck in the 2018 season. We're only about, I think we're down to less than 40 days before the regular season starts. So stay safe in pre-camp, and good luck this season.